Yeah. All right.
Hey, man.
I think we
know what feel good? You know what feels good?
What feels good?
Man, I got ahead in life, and I just got to the point where I realized, you know what? I think I'm going to just switch over some of these bills over to Autopay and get the discount that come with Autopay. And I noticed all my bills came down in price, and I was just like, okay, this feels good to pay less, you know? It was a good feeling, man, to be able to switch them.
I'm not that grown.
Not all of them, but most of them.
I'm not that grown yet. I am not that grown yet. That is brave, and that is risky for me anyway. Well, like I know we already mentioned kind of a little bit before we got on the air about being able to spend money without having to look into your bank account. You know, like I got a habit of maybe looking at my bank account maybe every other day-ish. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to be careful. Like I don't know what bill might hit me then and here and there. Bills fluctuate, and sometimes they take a little extra off of what I've been expecting. So I always got to check, just make sure I'm good. Or maybe I got too far ahead of myself, got too much on gas, too many snacks, treated myself a few too many times. Yeah. So I got to stay on top of my checking account every other day.
The bills is what I do. Mm-hmm. I check the bills. I go in, I see
make sure they came out.
Well, not that, what they're going to hit me for. I check it early. So I know what bills is coming, which day, what time of the month, and I prepare for what they're going to hit me for. Okay, this was 120 this month. This was this month. Okay, this was closer to, 2 this, and I'm just prepared for, okay, that's what it is, And at that point, I let the deductions fall. Now, if I felt like I wasn't,
I do that. I
reach out, but
I do that too. Like I usually write my bills out every single month, have them all laid out, due dates, everything, so I know exactly how much I'm spending in bills every single month. But every now and then, they'll hit you with a doozy. I just got hit with one just a couple days ago. My check came in and my check went out. My car insurance hit me twice, and they upped the rate. About $250 more than what it was supposed to be.
What it's supposed to be,
yeah. So I'm expecting, okay, my insurance went up, and then it went up again, and I wasn't tracking it because I got hit with a renewal and then something else, and it made it go up. Which I got to try to figure. I got to shop around for some new insurance because that ain't it. And I have it on automatic draft or automatic pay or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's risky because if I would have known it was going to hit me for an extra $2.
You'd have saw that without being on auto draft. That's a good point too, man.
Let me go ahead and click that auto pay off, and I'm gonna wait a couple weeks. I'm gonna shop around, give me some new insurance, and then we're gonna cancel that bad boy before my insurance lapse. So, by all means, if you feel like you got it in you, the auto pay, almost everything.
I've been auto paying, man, because I saw that discount on everything. I'm like, you know what? I could be saving money. So. Mm-hmm. Instead of me manually going in paying it, it's just like, man, because I'm at a good point in life where I'm paying them all early anyway. So it's just like, let me just do the auto pay and get a discount instead of manually going through this process. Now, what you say is interesting. It's a good point. When you reach a point where you're not checking your account quite as often as you may have, it's easy to miss stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I find myself not going through like every other day now, but maybe once a week I go through it, and but my memory's gone sometimes by then. I'm like, what is this? Who the hell is so-and-so? I'm looking through like, who is that? Hold on, I spent how much money? And then I have to jog my memory of what I went and what this could possibly be, because everybody's name ain't their traditional name. It could be the corporate that owns it, or some location
that owns whatever.
Montana, and it's the Montana address, and you're like, I ain't shopped in Montana, but it's their, the actual name of the company. So you do have to be careful. You still got to check your account, man. I think I heard like Meek Mill or somebody say he checks his account like once a month or something, and it's just like, hey, dude, you risking it, bro. Like, but.
Because 9 times out of 10, there's a good chance of somebody getting some extra money out that account that you ain't tracking.
Yeah,
you're gonna miss things. You definitely gonna miss things. But I will say one thing, that it would be nice to not have to check your bank account, even if you got hit. But you still good. But you still good. Even if you hit me, I'm fine. I'm just not at that point yet. Every single dollar that comes in and goes, I need for it to be accounted for.
But see, but I feel like that even like I'm gonna feel that way regardless. I don't want nobody hitting me. Now, I might not go if I got, $5 million in the bank, I might not go argue over $10, but I don't want you stealing from me. It's the principle.
Stealing it from you, just
the principalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't yank my money and stuff, man. Like,
but see, I like control too. I like control. Like, maybe I don't feel like paying that right now. Maybe I don't want to give DirecTV my money because I don't like the fact that you just up my rate from 120 to 190 just because it's been 6 months. Cable bills used to be like that. They'll get you in and get you for a cool 60. Then before you know, you blink, it's 250.
The package is different. Yeah.
All the packages just fell off. So I gotta have control. So when those switches happen, I can be like, nah, homie, I'd rather get ahead of it than get hit for the 250 when I'm supposed to be paying 60. And they'd be like, nah, I gotta cancel this. Something ain't right. That way I can go ahead and cancel before you get me. Same thing with the insurance. Then I do have a few that's on auto, right? Irresponsible of me, but my DirecTV got cut off not too long ago. It did. It happens. But it's because I canceled my card. So I had my card that was on my account. They were charging my card. And if I got a new card. So some of my automatic drafts go straight from bank account. Like you put your bank account information in and take it straight from the
others off the card. Yeah.
Another one's off the card. I get a new card. I forget about it. I think they done took my money. I thought they charged me. I look up, next thing I know, they ain't been able to get their money disconnected. Now I got to pay a late fee to get it restored. Late fee and a restoral fee. So
I've done that before.
There's some complications, man. Some complications with Autopay.
I'm glad you say that too, because actually I really need a new card, and I am embarrassed of my card when I got to hand it to somebody because it looks like the card shouldn't have no money on it. The way it looks, the condition it's in, it is raggedy. Like this is like a homeless man's card. Yeah, but it's like it's gonna go through. Trust me, just
it's good.
Swipe it, but it look bad. You know what I'm saying? So
the card itself is what this card is connected to.
Right. But I need to get a better looking card because it's embarrassing, man. This is very embarrassing, man. And when I do, it's gonna be a pain in the behind.
Well, when you do get a new card,
and all that stuff out.
New number. Make sure.
That's the thing. Sure I have to remember everybody that's been deducting off this other one and be like, man, please let me get it right. Yeah, and I don't feel like dealing with that. Now that you're talking about it. And that card expires soon if I don't do it manually. So either way, I got to deal with it. Yeah. That's the downside to it. At least before, if you didn't have Autopay set up, you might have your card on file, but then, you still got to log in anyway, go through the process, and then it's just a matter of switching it out. You ain't got to worry about being comfortable expecting it and forgetting, you know what I'm saying? And then doing everybody.
See, like one thing I do like Samsung Pay, Google Pay, or whatever, you can just use your Google Pay with your login. So whenever you switch your card, you only got to switch it like either on Google and then link your auto pays to your Google. That's a good thing. So that way now you have to go into every single bill account that you're using to utilize to switch your card. You just say it'll catch on Google.
I do not take advantage of Google Pay at all. But
really,
Google be getting hacked so much, I'm uncomfortable with it.
I'm a tap monster now, man. Like I don't even have my cards. I hardly even carry my wallet with me. If I'm not carrying my ID somewhere,
pull your Google Pay up and just swipe.
Doop. Sure with the phone.
Most places take it? I mean, like everywhere pretty much.
Yeah, most places do. Yeah, most places do.
HEB?
HEB. Yeah. Dang. HEB just recently started doing it like maybe a little less than a year ago. They finally switched over. Walmart don't do it yet, but I don't shop at Walmart. So whatever.
You.
Yeah. Even you go to the drive-thru. I gotta hand my phone over though. I don't like that too much, but you hand them your phone. Yeah. Boop, they pop it, hand it back to you. I'm a tap monster. I'm using my phone for everything.
I tap with the card. So I just need to swipe and tap with the phone.
Yeah. Some of them you can even have it set up to where you don't even pull up your wallet. You just tap it and it knows to go to your wallet and you good to go.
Dang.
Now,
I'm old.
Granted, and also what's dope is this. What's dope is this. So I got several cards set up on my wallet. So I'll just swipe through whatever card you want to use.
Go.
I mean, it ain't got my information on it, but I'm just showing that I got several different cards attached to
on file.
Oh yeah. So if I want to use a credit card, I want to use PayPal, I want to use my Chime, I want to use my Cash App, whatever it is that I'm using. I ain't gotta have all these cards in the wallet. You remember, like back in the day, they had the wallet with the with all the like the little joints, and you fold it out, and it's
yeah. Those joints fall out with the little plastic. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what you are, digital.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just switched over to a halfway. You know those minimalist wallets?
Yeah. I'm on those.
I just switched over to one in probably the last year. When last year you caught me like much better because my back don't hurt as much from sitting on that big. Yeah, one of those little thin ones like that.
Little pop out.
Yeah, that's what I got. You know, I ain't got it on me to show mine, but yeah, it's my wallet about that thick now, man. I was rocking a wallet. I was sitting on a wallet like that for the longest, man. Big boy wallet, everything like the purse of wallets.
Well, see, that's back when you used to carry cash in your wallet, though. You carrying cash.
Wasn't that much cash. It was a lot of other bull in there. It was insurance cards and people's handing out business cards and stuff. You know, just everything. Coupons. I'd have everything, and it just unnecessarily.
Nah.
Pictures. You remember?
Hey, but look, I'm gonna be real though. I'm gonna be real. Oh yeah, remember? Yeah, the pictures in the wallet. I'm gonna be real with you. I was very juvenile for several years. Took me well into my 30s to finally actually start back using a wallet and getting one of these. I'm just
you just stuffing stuff in your pockets?
Yeah, just all right, let me go grab my cards off my nightstand, throw them in my pocket.
Oh man.
I was one of those. I was even worse than the fat wallet.
I didn't even know that existed. I didn't know that was a thing. People did that. Especially people from my era. We supposed to have a wallet. Like
wallet. I would just grab a card off the dresser, stuff it in my pocket. I'm just raw in my pocket with my cards, IDs and everything.
Man, my father treated it like a rite of passage when I was first, probably got about 16. He's like, man, come on, get in the truck with me. Or go get you a wallet. You know what I'm saying? He treated it as a rite of passage. When I picked out a wallet, he was like, let me go to the leather store, man, get you a good wallet. You know, so we went to the leather store where they had the coats and stuff. Yeah, got me a good
wait.
Wallet.
So you went straight to the leather wallet? You didn't start with the Velcro? Look.
I had the Velcro as a child, you know, but I think I went through a period without having a wallet. See, I didn't even need a wallet when I had the Velcro. I didn't have nothing in it. I had $5 in it, you know, and a couple ones. So it was unnecessary. But when I was of age where I actually had some cash, had a license, he felt like I had a reason to have one. He was like,
a wallet. Yeah.
Let's go get you a wallet, man. Stop stuffing this stuff in your pocket. Went and got me a good one. I've been on wallets ever since. My brother-in-law actually was like, hey, man, take this minimalist wallet, man. I got one and I got an extra one. You take it, man. I guess he got sick of seeing me grab this and stuff it in my back pocket.
Let me help you out.
And sitting sideways like this everywhere I go, like this. He got sick of it. So he upgraded.
Tired of seeing you leaning, bro. Tired of seeing you leaning.
Yeah. And it took me a while to actually swap everything into it. It just laid around on my dresser for a long time. Yeah. When I grabbed it, I'm like, man, let me try this thing out. That was it.
See, like for me, I've been back and forth. Like I started as a child, you know what I'm saying? You get the starter wallet with the Velcro, and then I got a little older, then I stopped using it. Then I became an adult. I got me a wallet. Then after a while, I was like, I don't really need a wallet. Then I just started carrying like just raw dogging cards in my pocket and whatnot.
Raw dogging.
But then I came back to a wallet. So I've been on and off. I ain't always been irresponsible my whole life. I just got periods of being irresponsible and juvenile.
See, you were treating wallets like it. I mean, you were treating cards like it was actual cash, which it is, but that's like that's the mindset of it. Like I'm gonna grab a little knot of some money here, put this in my pocket and go. Yeah. You were treating your cards like that. Like, see, once we switched into the card mindset, I never could just grab a card and just bring it out. It felt unnatural. Felt like I was gonna crush it if I sit on that. Like, you know, like I might break it or something. Or, you know, we wore our pants big. Like it would go slide out the back pocket or something. Like I just
As far as like losing them, like having them slide out, like you picking some out of your pocket and stuff just falling out of your pocket. That's what I got tired of. Like, man, I'm too old, too grown for this. I'm too grown for this. Let me get something that all my stuff is gonna go in, and I ain't got stuff that's all over the place. I sit down, things fall out of my pocket. I'm looking sloppy here. So let me fix it up. Let me straighten it up.
Right. Hey, man. Good, man. Good. But anyway, man, enough of the grown-up conversation, man. I guess we'll progress into some cigar talk.
Some cigars. The other part of being grown. We still being grown now. We still being grown. Cigar grown. Cigar grown. Yeah, I seen yours. You got the Padron. We didn't even plan this. So this is a Padron episode. So I feel like I've had this cigar, and I might even had it on the show before. But I have too. I was smoking this earlier this week, right? So
yeah,
here I am with another one.
Yeah.
So I was sitting back while I was smoking it, and I sent you a picture of it. It's like, man, you know what? I feel like Padron doesn't get talked about enough by us, anyway. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's one of those names that's synonymous alongside Cohiba. When you think about cigars, you think about Cohiba, you think about Padron. I feel like it's a notable name. But I just feel like we don't do it enough. Yeah. Classic status. But I feel like we don't do enough as far as smoking them on the show. We smoke way more Rockies and way more Drew Estates and way more Alec Bradleys than we smoke Padrones on the show. And I'm glad to see you're smoking one too. So we doubled up today. Give Padron a little bit of highlight, a little spotlight, a little highlight of what it is they do. Because it just felt like when I was smoking it, like this is a classic cigar. And forgive me if I'm jumping on your toes, but you said this to me when I sent you that picture. And you were like, this is what I feel like cigars were in its original form before they became like these tricks and trades of what people are doing. Like that looks like just a raw, flat out leaf roll cigar.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, you know what? I need to go ahead and get me another one of these, run it back, and do it on the show. Which I hardly ever do. Hardly ever smoke a cigar and say, let me pull this one back out just for the show. Usually just be for my personal time. So I had to do it this time. So here we are with the Padron 1964 Anniversary Series. Before you go into yours, let me give you a quick rundown of what it's made of. So we got a wrapper Nicaraguan, origin Nicaraguan, binder and filler Nicaraguan. All Nicaraguan through and through. Through and through.
So that's lovely, and actually interesting enough, the same way that you concluded how you ended up smoking Padron, similar thought process of how I got my Padron, man. I grabbed this yesterday, and then when I went, I went with the thought process, what brand? Normally I go and I say, what cigar jumps out at me when I'm here looking around? I said, okay, I want to make a conscious decision of a brand to pick. And I found myself into my father's Padron area. They were side by side, and I was just looking through, and I'm like, nah. I ended up getting to my father's, but I said, nah, I was drawing a Padron. I said, Padron needs some shine. You know what I'm saying? I need what different from Padron could I get? Now, I smoked the 64 several times. You know, I don't know if on the show several times, but definitely in my personal life, it's a cigar I find myself going back to randomly. So I have had quite a bit of that. But when I was looking, this little simple band for this Padron jumped out at me here. It's just very plain and basic. Now, I don't know, on this right here, can you make this out? You can actually see the rings of how this is wrapped. It might not come through on the camera quite as well, but you can see it. But it's, it's layers. Yeah, on the ash, it's layers. And that just takes me back to that whole thought process, original cigar. Like, this is what a handmade cigar should look like. You know what I'm saying? Just Padron has that classic. This is what I think the original cigars look like when people first started rolling them. Take all of the fancy shapes and all of the fancy leaves off and just get it straight to the basics. This is what brought people into smoking cigars, is what I feel like. And not to get too much into it without giving the details of my cigar, but smoking it just gives me that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Just a nice classic feeling. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, today's cigar is the Padron Series 2000 Maduro. Love that Maduro wrapper. And for what I have, it is going to be a Nicaraguan through and through on everything. So that's from the wrapper, the origin, and the binder and filler. Yep. So shout out to Padron, man. You know.
Yeah, we on the Padrons. On the Padrons today.
Yeah. And Just early thoughts, just speaking about Padron in general. I don't know that this cigar, this one specifically, and I can speak on the 64 also. I don't know if it's got like a lot of intense bells and whistles to what they do, but it's good. It's good what they do. Yeah. It sets a nice vibe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say that, you know, it might not be jumping around and having all these different crazy notes and stuff, but it's the type of cigar I can just enjoy on a daily basis also, you know, and be cool with.
Something to be said about simplicity. Something to be said about not overdoing it, just doing it enough and doing it just right. And I feel like I feel like that's where we are today. It's like just doing it just right. Yeah. And sometimes that's what you need as a cigar enthusiast, a cigar lover, a cigar smoker. It's just something just done right. And there's nothing wrong with that. Something just done right. So that's where I feel like I'm at. I want to get rid of my ash, but I don't want to get rid of my ash. It's burning so much.
That's where I'm at with it. It's just like, it's just sitting there hanging out. And it's just like, why would I dump this? But eventually it's going to be sitting on me, but why would I dump it? You know Like I'm almost going to let it do its thing.
I reached out to my, I reached out to my ashtray like 3 times. I was about to, and I pulled it back. I reached out to my ashtray again, like, I pulled it back 3 times. Like, not yet. But I don't want it on me though, but not yet.
Right. That's exactly where I'm at with it. It's like, I might just wear it, but I don't want to wear it, but I might just wear it, you know, because it don't feel right to dump it.
You got on white today again. You got on white. You asking for it.
I'm asking for it, but I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I don't care. You know, it is what it is. I'm eating it.
Yeah, you're gonna eat it today. Speaking of, I want to ask you this. I wouldn't even plan on asking this, but you just mentioned something. It just threw me in the mindset of boxing. I always know you got something to talk about when it comes to boxing. So you hit me up. You said Jake Paul and Tank got a fight.
Right.
How you feeling about this, man? How you feeling about this?
Yeah.
I didn't get to pick your brain enough. Like we kind of talked about it a little bit. Just kind of visit that topic for just a second when we were texting back and forth a few days back. I never got your feelings though.
I got the feeling that it's a ridiculous event, kind of unnecessary event, but will be a successful event. It's supposed to be on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
Netflix and exhibition fights. They do get a lot of traction. I wonder how long this trend will last though.
Well, that's the scary thing about it, right? As a boxing fan, I went to sit it down and it went goodbye.
There you go.
As soon as I said it fell off the edge. But it's fine. So I'll say this: Netflix has to be careful because Netflix doesn't want to become the sideshow of boxing or present boxing like a sideshow, right? Because everything that they're putting out is going to be big events, but they're kind of sideshowy. You know, the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, sideshowy. But then they did the one with the girls, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor.
Good showing. Yeah, it was a good showing.
Which was a great showing. And that was real boxing. And that was great for them. But then they're coming back and they announced that they had Canelo Bud. A little sideshowy, even though it's 2 of the best that the business has to offer.
Yeah, I'm not sideshowy.
Yeah. But I say it's a little sideshowy because Canelo is a guy who is the undisputed champion at 168 pounds, has won matches up at 175, knocked out people at 175 before, and now he's fighting Bud, who last fight was at 154, fight before that 147. Now he's jumping up to go deal with this guy who's undisputed.
And I would say, like for Bud, this is not the matchup that people want to see Bud have. They want to see him fight other people. They want another match. So I can get that too because it's still not giving boxing fans exactly what they want.
Right. It's a fantasy fight. It's a dream fight. You know what I'm saying? But it's not not the most realistic for as far as the matchup. Can he win? I'm done sleeping on Bud. I bet against him enough in his career. You know what I'm saying? So I'll never sleep on him at this point.
About time.
Well, this fight is another example of why I sleep on him at times. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always an asterisk next to his matches. But it's like if he wins this one, what am I?
You can't say
what am I going?
He's still nice.
What can you say? You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to give me. So this is the one where it's like I probably should bet against him. Logic says he shouldn't be able to do this, but I'm done sleeping on him. You know, because the man is showing me don't sleep on him. So maybe he can do it. They match up pretty well in size and height and everything else. You know, but the difference is Canelo is an experienced guy. At a larger weight class. He's used to taking punches from bigger men. He's used to taking punches from 200-pound men versus Bud used to getting hit by 165, 170-pound men. And I'm talking about after they rehydrate, you know. So it's different.
It's different weight behind those punches.
Yeah, it's a different weight, you know, and I don't know if Bud's going to be ready to take it because these guys everybody that fight Canelo say he the hardest puncher they've been in the ring with. Like, you know what I'm saying? So is even the guys at 175 say he hitting harder than the other guys at 175. So I don't know what that looks like, but if anybody can do it, Bud can do it. You know what I'm saying? But a little bit of a circus show and not get off subject, bring it back to where we was at. Jake Paul and Tank, without a doubt, a circus show, you know.
Yeah.
Jake Paul weighed in at 230 pounds
give
against Mike Tyson.
A solid effort though, like an actual boxing effort. I think he has to. Because this is not Paul and Tyson. This is Paul and somebody who's still in their prime.
Right.
And you can't take the L when you're still up. So I think he has to, even if it's just for optics and it's just for the sideshow, just for the spectacle. I still think he has to take it seriously. And I think once he takes it seriously, Jake Paul will take it seriously. And we actually might get a good show. That's what I'm thinking. So I had to sit back after you sent it, and I was like, nobody want to go see that. I don't care about that fight. But then I thought about it. Like, this actually might be a better fight than most. Because you have, one, somebody who doesn't want to get embarrassed. Right. And then two, somebody who's still maybe trying to prove themselves. Like, okay, well, you see me do this, you see me do that. But now let me go up against somebody who's, even though albeit I'm bigger than this individual, let me still give a valiant effort to somebody who can actually fight.
It's everything you said, but then I look at the styles of the fighters. I look at the size of the fighters, and it's another one where it's like logic versus how I feel. Logic says Tank's a trained boxer his whole life. He should be able to outbox this guy who's an amateur boxer with no amateur career, basically. But then how I feel is Jake Paul 6'1", weighed 230 pounds when he fought Mike Tyson. Yeah. Tank is 5'5", weighs 135 when he goes to the weigh-in. It's a 95-pound difference in these people. Along with how we talked about off air, 6'1", 5'5", you probably shouldn't pick a fight with somebody that much bigger than you, right? Yeah. So we get into what you just said. Tank don't want to get embarrassed. Tank has shown me in his fights he don't like to be embarrassed. Now, his last match with Lamont Roach that went to a draw, Lamont said, yeah, he got good power, but he was too small for me. Lamont Roach came up in weight from 130 to 135 and said Tank was too small for him. Tank went up and fought at 140 against Mario Barrios and said, I ain't doing that no more. They too big at 140. And now he's fighting Jake Paul, who fights at cruiserweight and even going up to heavyweight. What is going to happen? Like, he's not going to want to get embarrassed. Tank is a very frugal puncher. He sits back, he counter punches, but he throws about 15, 20 punches around.
But see, like, he gets some nice ones off, though. He'll get some nice ones off. Frugal, but he'll get some nice ones.
He does. But in order to get the nice ones, look, Tank should be able to beat Jake Paul. Logic says, but how I feel, I weigh the fact that Tank don't want to get embarrassed. I weigh the fact that Tank say people at 140 pounds is too big for him. And I just say to myself, and I weigh the fact that Tank don't throw his hands. He put his hands in his pocket until he see an opening. And I say, where is Tank going to create this opening at in this fight? Like, because all Jake got to do really is just stand on the outside and keep hot stuff throwing at him. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens? You know what I'm saying?
We talking boxing. We got him going today.
Yeah. All they gotta do is keep throwing some heavy stuff at him, even if it's wild and crazy looking. And I don't know what it looks like when that happens. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I don't know what Tank does. Now, I know Jake don't have good stamina. So Tank could probably just keep pressure on him until he wears out and then go get him. But I don't know that Tank does that. I don't know. We'll have to see. Think about this, right? You saw the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight?
Yeah.
Floyd didn't look that great against Logan. Logan ain't half the boxer his brother is. And I don't know that Tank is half the boxer that Floyd is. So I don't know what this looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think that's what makes a good show. Is the fact that there's so many factors, so many things to consider that you don't know what you're gonna get. And I think with the uncertainty of it all, it probably might make it might be entertaining. It might be entertaining. And that's what I'm banking on now that I kind of came around after I thought about it and said, you know what? I might show up to the fight with my fur on. I might Frank Lucas this thing because this might be something to watch.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a sideshow. It could potentially be interesting. And it could potentially be very boring. And, you know, I can see both scenarios. Yeah. It could potentially end in a knockout. Either guy could knock either guy out, or it could end in a draw. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, when it comes to boxing and boxing state, look at Ash, by the way. When it comes to boxing in the boxing state as it is, I think you just have to enjoy it. Because boxing has been less desirable as of late. It's gotten a little bit better. We gotten some matchups that we like to see, but at the same time, in its totality, that it still leaves a lot to be desired. And then what else can you ask for right now? I mean, you can ask for a whole lot more, but what are we to expect to this point? So, hey, look, I'm taking it with the entertainment value, looking to have a good time. Enjoy the fight.
And that's all you can do. Just enjoy it for what it's worth. Like I said, I don't think it's the greatest move for Tank outside of making a lot of money, but just it's more risking it for Tank than it is for Jake Paul, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because if Tank looks bad, he gets embarrassed because there's nobody YouTuber. And when I say nobody, I mean in terms of boxing, he's a nobody. You know, he's a novice. In terms of boxing, he goes out and he defeats you. Jake Paul, if he wins, he beat up on a little dude, is what they're going to look at it like, you know. It's rigged. Boxing's rigged, like they always say. Jake Paul fights rigged. I don't know. I say this, you know, if it was like Manny Pacquiao in his prime and he was fighting Jake Paul, I'd say he's going to knock him out, you know, just because of the style.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because him and Tank the same size, but Manny footwork and his aggression, he gonna get right in there and take him out. Like
and the speed. Pacquiao has some speed on him.
And the speed, yeah. So with Tank, I don't know what it looks like, you know, with him in particular. If it was Shakur Stevenson, I would be like, he ain't gonna knock him out, but his defense so good, he just gonna outbox him.
Mm-hmm.
Tank, he's too frugal. But we'll see. Hey, while we on the subject of boxing though, man, what you think as far as the Bud and Canelo fight, man? Doubling back to that.
Oh, there we go. Finally got my Ash.
You got a choice?
Yeah. When is this fight going to be, by the way? Because I haven't heard too much about this.
Second week of September. Whatever Independence Day is, Mexican Independence Day is September.
So you boys should be about ready. It should be about ready. I think. Okay, hold on, wait. Because Bud's a little older than I thought, right?
He is. Bud is 38, going up in weight.
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like carrying weight at 38.
Canelo's age, but then again, thinking about Bud, it's not that they're not that far off.
Yeah, Canelo's like 3 years younger.
So Canelo's younger actually, 35. Okay,
yeah.
Bud's older. It's just I've been hearing about Canelo so much longer that I'm thinking that he's older. But
no, he's just more experienced.
Like Bud.
That's it.
Yeah, it's more. He's been around in the limelight a little bit longer.
On the top, longer.
Yeah, on the top. But I like Bud, man. Like you mentioned, you can't bet against him. We've seen Canelo in some really compromising moments. We've seen the worst of him, but we've seen him not so great. And we've seen him super great. And for me, when I seen Crawford, he's just there. And I think his trajectory, that where he's still going, if he's still preparing the same way or even better, making those improvements, I think he's gonna best him. He's gonna best Canelo. I'm going with Crawford on this one.
By decision?
Yeah, I don't see Canelo getting knocked out.
Knock him out.
Yeah. No.
Canelo, I ain't never seen him hurt before, let alone knocked out.
But I see him being heavily outboxed. I just think that Crawford is crafty enough just to I would say by decision, but he's gonna win. He's gonna win probably 80% of the rounds.
You think he's gonna win that much? So obviously he's probably gonna lose opening rounds because he don't come out quick. He come out slow.
Rounds, yeah. But after like by the time the third round comes, I think the difference is gonna be drastic enough. Noticeable. I'm not gonna say drastic, but noticeable from rounds 3 and on.
I see Bud winning rounds. But I just don't. And okay, the middle rounds is what worries me. I think Bud loses the opening rounds of the fight.
I think that's where he's for Canelo. Because I'm saying
no.
For Bud, that's where Crawford shines.
I know, and that's why I'm worried about the middle rounds for him. Because the opening rounds, he's gonna get those up. He's gonna be cautious and figuring them out. Mm-hmm. Then in the middle rounds, like you say, third, fourth, he's gonna start picking up the pace. Now, if he can get to the late rounds, Canelo gonna gas on the back end and is going the distance at that point. That's probably win those late rounds.
If he does what he's supposed to do, you get to round 3, 4, and 5. He turns it on. He picks his points. He gets his shots the way he wants, and he gets off. And then he wears Canelo out. Canelo starts the tape right towards the end. And then, like I said, he's just gonna keep showing that separation. He's gonna get separation.
Yeah, but what worries me in the middle rounds is Bud's style. The style matchup. That's what worries me, is because I don't know how Bud responds to the punches. That's what I want to see. True. Bud gonna get hit.
True.
He gonna get hit, and I don't know how he's gonna respond to it other than being a dog. And I don't know if that works in his favor, because Bud ain't gonna be moving around a lot. Like Bud gonna walk you down and be right there. You know what I'm saying? With you throwing. And I don't know what that looks like. That means you have to take a lot of punches. They're both counter punchers.
You have to take.
You're gonna have to take something to fight that style. And I don't know what it looks like. I ain't saying that I think Bud too good to get knocked out. So I don't see him getting knocked out. But at the same time, I don't know how he responds to the punches. Because Canelo ain't the type to like just headhunt. He gonna be like, all right, I can't hit you there. Hit you to the body, elbows, shoulders. He gonna arms. He hitting you everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? And eventually. That's gonna wear on you.
That's gonna wear you. But I still think that he bests him. I still think that he gets the better of him in those late rounds to mid rounds to late rounds. That's how I see it going.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Speaking of mid rounds, how you feeling so far? We were a little bit past mid round with these cigars, but how you feeling about your Padron so far?
Man, I'm actually burning through this Padron quite quickly. I'm like, man, am I gonna finish this episode? But I feel good about it.
I would say with my experience with this, I feel like Padron starts out fast. I feel like the burn starts fast and then it starts to slow down a little bit. Starts to slow down. Because I was burning through that other one. I was sitting back like, man, the cigar going mighty fast. Like, I actually got time to smoke today. I'm not smoking like a cigarette smoker.
Right.
But it felt like Padron was running away like I was a cigarette smoker. I was like, hold on, wait, slow down. But then it came to a slower pace. It started easing out a little bit. Like, okay, we slowing down. We chilling now.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it, man. How about yourself, man? I know you done been down this path already, but
yeah, I'm here. I'm having a good one. I love the aroma so far. The aroma's not like you mentioned, like we mentioned with the smoke itself. It's not dynamic. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing like sweet. It's nothing. It's just it's just right. It's just right. It's just that solid. I know I'm smoking cigar atmosphere type of aroma right now. It's like I'm just here enjoying a cigar, and it is a thoroughly good cigar.
Yeah, man. This thing just sit in the pocket and just do what it do. It's a maybe I should say this for the review, but I don't know if I'm gonna remember to say it, so I'm gonna say it now. this cigar makes a good partner cigar, man. This is like my partner, man. It just roll with me, man. You know, and it's just like, yeah, man. It's just a good little Ace Boon Coon, man. It just sit here and roll with you. It don't try to shine. You know, it's just a sidekick to the occasion, but it's great though. It being that, you know, Robin.
Yeah,
you know, Robin, the greatest sidekick of all time, man.
All time.
I think so.
Any other notable
Is there a better sidekick?
I'm trying to think. I can't think of any. So you got to say Robin. You got to go with Robin. Superheroes need more sidekicks, by the way. Everybody trying to be the superhero. It's okay to be a sidekick.
Yeah, man. Why? And look, man. Why Robin don't get a movie, man? Why Robin don't get his own? You know,
he should. Hey, look, no, man, no, for real. And I know we don't nerd out about movies like Marvel and DC comics and stuff like that on the show like that. But every now and then, I like to nerd out about stuff like that. I think Robin's story needs a cinematic approach, and we need to go into Robin. Even they do like a Dark Knight type of deal with Robin, and like keep it super cinematic and tell Robin's story. We got to figure out how Robin ended up here and how he became the sidekick. I think it's something that that will be box office. Come on, somebody.
Definitely, man. You know, they gave a show to the butler. I mean, what's his name? What's Bruce Wayne Butler, man? Alfred got a show. Yeah, he had a show. I think it was on HBO or something like that, man. HBO Max, man. Really? They gave him a show. Yeah. If Alfred can get a show, why can't Robin tell his story?
Yeah, Catwoman had a movie by herself. Alfred got a show.
Yeah, they just did Penguin. He just got Joker got multiple movies. Penguin had one, man. Yeah, he had one on HBO Max too. It was pretty popular, man. Pretty popular.
Really?
I started watching. It's dark. It had that dark vibe too. It was pretty dope. I didn't finish it, but you know, I got a couple episodes in. It was all right. I just forgot to go back to it. But everybody getting their stuff, man. And if I ain't mistaken, I think Robin's like a circus kid or something. I think that's his story, something like that. I don't know.
And this is the thing. I don't know his story at all. Yeah, and I would be somebody who doesn't know his story, but I'd be willing to watch a movie that talks about how he got there. You know what I'm saying? Going to the weeds of his growing up and maybe a dark side of it, throwing some comedic aspects of it. Cause like, you know, like the 1960s joint when Batman had and then holy guacamole Batman and all that. You know what I mean? Throw some of that in there.
Yeah, update his. You want to make sure his costume looks, you know, modern but cool. Give him a little edge. Bring them out, man. And if it blows, then you can properly bring them together for the next Batman movie, and we got something, you know. But yeah, they don't care about Robin, man. They only put Robin in the Teen Titans. That's all they do, man.
Teen Titans go and all that. Teen Titans go. But yeah, man. Hey. And get you a spot on that movie too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They need to bring your boy in, man. Be the black villain. Shoot.
His childhood friend or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. His one. His one black friend, man. I can be token. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be hilarious. Hey yo, but on a slightly more serious note, though. We talked about fighting, talked about sidekicks, and this is Track Star. And I don't know if the sidekick was the right thing, but you know, sometimes like when you're in a relationship, you feel like that's your sidekick. And she was sidekicking her man. I'll tell you that much for sure.
She was definitely sidekicking her man.
Richardson, whatever her name is. She was arrested, detained. I think charges were pressed or dropped or something like that. Pressed and dropped. Because she was being a little aggressive with her boyfriend in the airport. And we're a few weeks late on this story, but it's something I still feel like I wanted to talk about just briefly. We talking about boxing, we're talking about fighting and aggression. And I tell you, she was aggressive with her boyfriend.
Right.
And the dynamic that we talk about with men and women, where the woman is the aggressor, but doesn't understand the impact of their aggression, right? They still feel like they're not detrimental in the situation because it involves another man. No matter how aggressive they are, it should always be the man in question. And that happens a lot. It happens a lot when there's a man who's the subject of aggression from a woman. Cops get called for domestic violence, and the person that's getting the handcuffs, because usually anytime there's a domestic situation, somebody has to go away. Somebody has to go away. Somebody has to leave the house. Somebody's getting arrested, put in the back of a cop car, and then taken into custody. And one of her first things after she denied what was happening, regardless of it being on surveillance, is that I ain't do nothing. I ain't touched that man. And why y'all talking to me? This is a domestic situation where I'm having an argument with my boyfriend, which is perfectly okay within the grounds of the fact that this is my boyfriend, and we can have arguments like it's a normal thing. Like I hate the fact that we normalize, or in culture they normalize that arguments are a thing of relationships. It is a thing, but it shouldn't be the standard. Like, hey, look, I'm in a relationship, so we're gonna argue. This is what happens. We just argue. For one, where I'm at in life, I am sick of the arguing. Sick of arguing. Like that shouldn't be a standard of this is just the way we live because we're in relationships and we're arguing. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother conversation. But the fact that when the authorities arrive, she's like, go talk to him. Don't talk to me. If this is a domestic situation, he's the man here. Why don't y'all arrest him? Go bring him in for questioning. Don't bother me, even though I'm the one who's the aggressor.
Yeah.
Like the dynamic of that. How do you feel when that dynamic is perpetrated in culture where it's the man, no matter what the situation is looked at as the villain in most of these situations, not the person who's the actual perpetrator in the incident. In this case, Sha'Carri Richardson, who's being the aggressor on her boyfriend, who's just simply trying to evade her and avoid her, to say, yo, look, stop, yo, leave me alone. Hi, I get it. We're not seeing eye to eye. But you're shoving me, you're yelling at me, cussing at me, fussing at me, pushing and pulling on me, and all this good stuff, putting hands on me. Like, where are we at as a society when it comes to that?
We're so trained, to always look at it like the guy is wrong in those situations. Even if you see in the streets, you see two people arguing, and if the guy's posture ever gets weird, you'll see other men come step in. Hey, bro, don't talk to her like that. And that's good. You know what I'm saying? That we're prepared to protect our women, but at the same time, you gotta actually be able to see who's the aggressor and who's actually trying to get away from it. You know what I'm saying? It can't be assumed all the time that one person's right, one person's wrong. It's gotta be a fairness to it, man. And I think that women, if you truly want equality, you should appreciate what I just said. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the true equality, that if I mess up, I get held accountable. And if you mess up, you get held accountable. And we all just get held accountable for our wrongs, and that's the right way to go about it. Especially if the guy didn't do anything. If he's trying to get away and you pushing and hitting on him, why approach him?
Yeah. Why continue to egg him on, right? Why continue to agitate the situation? And I feel like in a lot of these cases, some females feel comfortable to agitate a situation because they feel like regardless of how this goes down, I'm not going to be the guilty party here. It's going to be the man who's the guilty one. I don't have to be held accountable for whatever goes down, no matter how much I agitate the situation. I think that happens way too much, way too often in society. And then things go bad.
Right. Well, and the other thing is, speaking on it from that point of view, you have to always be understanding anybody. Me as a man, I have to be understanding that. Go back to Jake Paul, Tank. You know what I'm saying? Tank's 5'5", Jake Paul 6'1". If they were in the streets, Tank at his size should be understood that I need to be very cautious of how I approach this, because there could be an accountability that needs to be held if this goes the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? But way too often, women don't look at it from that point of view. Like, okay, what he could do, he's not doing to me. So let me just not egg this on, because you're really at the mercy of the bigger person's restraint. However restrained they choose to be, however disciplined they choose to be in the moment. So you're hoping I'm a woman. He know better than to go off and hit me in the head. I can do this, but he can't do it in return to me. But you can't expect everybody to show that level of restraint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that men should, especially if they're bigger than a woman, even more reason to. But like I said, Jake Paul, if he socked Tank in the mouth in the streets, everybody would be like, that's just fine. Nobody would jump in and be like, bro, that's messed up. You knew he was little. Why you do that?
Pick on somebody your own size.
Pick on somebody your own size. If Tank just pushing him and punching on him, ain't nobody gonna say that. They're gonna be like,
well, he deserved
what he had coming.
They'd be like, he should have known better to agitate that giant over there. Like, why is he poking the bear? You poke the bear.
That's what it would be viewed as. Yes, but because the difference in gender is not viewed that way. And I'm guilty of it because I view it that way. Don't hit no woman. That's my point of view. But
for real.
Tank is basically the size of a woman. He's 5'5", 135 pounds. So he wouldn't get no mercy in this situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
that.
Yeah. So it's just like I don't believe in it, but at the same time, it's definitely a double standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I basically I'm saying women, hold yourself accountable, man. Don't put yourself in no bad spot because you assume
hold yourself accountable. Grace. And then also approach situations as if it can go bad. Right? Just the same way that we regard ourselves in caution in most things that we do because we understand consequences. Mm-hmm. I feel like women should also think about that. Just like as you mentioned, I'm not condoning any man putting hands on a woman in any sense of form of fashion, shape, form of fashion. But at the same time, I feel like women should also approach situations in caution. Like, if I push the wrong button, what could happen? Let me.
Yeah, because every man ain't a good man. So every man ain't gonna view it like they were raised by their mama and not to do this, or raised by a good man that said don't hit women. So you can't assume that they all are, because the wrong guy ain't gonna care. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna care.
So with the equality portion, it's not saying that, hey, you hit a man, expect to get hit back. I never like those comments. I see those a lot. Hey, you put hands on a man, you should expect to get, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily agree. I don't agree all the way there, but it should be okay. Let me approach the conflict or expressing my emotions in a way that I can recognize that there could be some consequences if I go about this the wrong way. So let me respect the situation.
Yeah, maybe not go into it expecting, but go into it understanding it's a possibility. I don't expect bad things to happen, but I do understand they are a possibility. I don't get in the car and expect to get in an accident, but I do know it's a possibility.
But I'm going to put my seatbelt on. I'm going to drive defensively. I'm going to pay attention to signs and road signs. There's a red light. I should probably stop at that red light, because if I run that red light, somebody could T-bone me. You know, I need to look into my blind spot, because if I don't look into my blind spot, I can sideswipe somebody.
Yeah, like you said, I drive defensively to be prepared for what could happen or could go wrong. And that's what women should do. So
I'm going to
handle this argument defensively, where I'm respecting the possibilities of what can go wrong if I miscontribute to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, you remember they said, would you rather be in the woods with a man or a bear, or whatever they said it was?
Yeah.
Remember that thing was going on the internet?
Which one? Would you rather be in the woods with a man or a bear?
It was like a saying, like what women were saying, if they were in the woods, would they rather run into a man or a bear? And all the women were saying they'd rather run into a bear in the woods than a man. And it's like,
I don't remember that, but that's crazy.
It was a big conversation, and a lot of men got offended by it. But I'll tell you this, if you ran into the bear in the woods, you would respect he was a bear. You know what I'm saying? Like you would treat him with caution.
You ain't just gonna go poke it, right? You're gonna tiptoe and I hope he don't hear me, and I hope I don't step on no twigs.
Right. So if we as toxic as you think we are, you know, just treat it with that respect that some toxic stuff could happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I have to go through my day and treat other men like something could go wrong. Like, so,
which is crazy. Like, us as men, we have to approach other men with that level of respect of, hey, look, I don't want to start no conflict because I know things could go bad really, really quick.
Yeah,
just off of I'm not saying women to men to women or whatever. It's just off of that human interaction. I should respect another human. because of whatever consequence could become if I bother this human to a certain degree, if I bring toxicity to the situation.
Right. I respect women with like that. And when I'm out and about, you know, that, hey, if I I don't know, do something wild in the grocery store where I take the last jar out of this lady's hand. Yeah, I could take it out. I'm strong enough to do it, but it could go bad. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can go bad.
I'm not going to do it. Yeah, it could go bad. Yeah. Then she probably going to get the worst end of it, but I don't want it to go bad. So I'm going to exercise restraint with any human, just human to human. So, you know.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. And I mean, that's all I kind of really wanted to go into with that situation. Like, it's something I wanted to ignore, but as I'm hearing a little bit more and seeing some things and situations, even with some other personal individuals that I know of that I've been dealing with recently, I hear and see these things, and it's like, we got to address this. As humans, we got to address it. As men and women, we got to address it. And certain things have to be put to a nice level of respect of persons, respect individuals, regardless of size, gender, male, female, all that good stuff. We got to get there. We got to get there. But anyway, to these cigars, man. To these cigars.
All right,
the Padron episode.
The Padron, the accidental Padron episode. I'll jump it off, man, and I'll say this. Like I said, I went a long ways with this 2000, this Maduro 2000. Now, this cigar for me, very smooth cigar, very smooth cigar. It's got some nuttiness to it. It's got some spice in it. It's got a little leather, I would say, a little cocoa. Nice toastiness to this cigar, and good aroma also, as you mentioned, for yours. This cigar is something that I just feels like, man, it's a good everyday cigar, man. It's something that I could really just pick up every day, not feel guilty about polishing it off real quick. The price point was good on this thing too, man. I think I might have paid like $9 for this cigar. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of these Padrones, they have some high ones, but a lot of these are good prices.
Yeah, man. So this was just a very good cigar, man. I enjoyed the draw on it. Didn't have no problems with that, man. The construction was good. You could tell by the long ashes that we were able to have on them. Overall, man, this cigar was just a dub for me, man. And I probably will double back and get this Maduro again, man. As far as rating it, I don't even know where I really want to rate this cigar 1 to 5 for the simple reason that we talked about, it didn't do a lot of the fancy stuff that some other cigars may do, but just on an enjoyment level, just on like a vibe, it's easily in the 4s. You know what I'm saying? Just off that, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with like a 4.1 out of 5.
Okay.
But with a 4.1 with a lot of replay value, man. You know what I'm saying? Just a good, trusty cigar, man. But that's what I got for it so far, man. That's my review.
I like it. What do you say again? A 4 what?
4.1.
4.1. Okay.
And that's going low, being tough on it. You know what I'm saying? And not, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, how it made me feel, I felt better than a 4.1, but I think 4.1's fair. You know what I'm saying? So
I think for like, as far as like what it does, like the dynamics of it, since it's like even kill, you just throw it in the 4. Okay, I like it. I'm understanding. I'm understanding. All right, so for me, with the Padron 1964 Anniversary Series, what I have learned to enjoy and like about this cigar is the fact that it's just a nice, like we talk about the dryness of cigars. Sometimes you have oiliness, and then you have more drier cigars. And this comes into that dry. Like if you see them in the humidors, like the tobacco, the leaves, they look a little dry. And sometimes they can probably be off-putting, but with Padron, I think is one of their biggest characteristics that's a draw for them. It holds the cigar very well. And it allows, to me, I think that that's what allows that burn to happen so nice and even, and then also give you a good draw on the cigar as you're smoking it. Makes it seamless to smoke it and make it an easy experience. I think that's what Padron does very well. They make it an easy smoking experience to where you can just relax and pull on your cigar without having to do too much, and then it's not going to do too much to you. So I got nice earth, wood chip. To me, it's kind of reminiscent of, you ever did like a fire pit type of deal, right? You got some wood chips, some wood you throw into a fire pit and you light it up. That's the kind of aroma and vibe that I get from this smoke. And it's just a nice relaxing vibe. Think about sitting in front of a fire, a nice little fire pit, and you're chilling and vibing. That's the kind of vibe I get from the aroma, from the smoke, and then from the tasting notes. A lot of that wood, a little bit of cocoa bean, slight spice, mainly on the retrohale. That just kind of throws in that extra little oomph that you need sometimes when you want a cigar that might be a little too easy. Go ahead and retrohale it; it'll give you a little bit more oomph, and that's where you get that strong punch from the Padron. But other than that, nice and smooth and nice and easy. I like this cigar. I like this Padron. I'm glad I doubled back on it to smoke this one again for the show. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this one and the other one on a nice chill vibe. For me, like you mentioned, it's not going to give a whole lot of tricks. It's going to be a nice even kill with a lot of great flavors. And it's not going to do too much from beginning to end, or at least to where we're at right now. So to rate this out of 5, I'm going to give it a 4.3. I'm going to rate mine a little bit higher than you rated yours, but nothing super duper high, nothing crazy. Nice, nice, simple 4.3. Higher than above average, but nothing super over the top, but just good enough to say solid stick. I think at this price point for this one, it was like maybe $14. So that's about right. $14 cigar, to me, that smoked like a $24 cigar. That's where I get from it. That's where I'm at.
That's what it is. Hey, man, I think that's well put, especially from my experience with the cigar. So definitely, I agree with you on that. But yeah, man, go mess with Padron, man. I like you said, man, we need to show a little more love to Padron because they all want to know the brands, man. So hats off to Padron, man. And this accidental Padron episode, I'm glad we did it. But either way, that's it for this week's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast, man. Keep your cigars up high.
Cigars up.
Yeah. Right. We out.